Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 99.
Today is a very unique day for us, a little different than our normal schedule. We got up very early, got ready for the day, got in the car, and drove to the airport. That's right, we are actually heading to Ohio because last week our niece was born. Now, both of us have several siblings, but there are no nieces or nephews on either side. So this was really exciting, and Robert's sister asked if we could do newborn pictures of her. Now, the thing about newborn pictures is, well, they're only newborns for so long, so we needed to make sure we got up there if we were going to do this. We have done newborn pictures in the past. It's something we used to do. And of course, we want to meet our new niece because she's such a cutie.
Yeah, she's adorable, and I am very much the proud uncle. They did make me this shirt and send it to me to let me know that I was going to be an uncle, so I was very excited to get to meet her, my first niece, and I do have every intention of spoiling her, not just now while she's a newborn, but kind of like always, because she's my first little niece. Now, one thing that we did before we even started the year was we had to have the conversation of what does it mean to live at Disney World for a whole year? And we came to the conclusion that for us, that would mean sleeping in a Disney resort every night and waking up in a Disney resort every morning. Because during the day, we may want to go off property. We may go somewhere else. We may drive to the store. We may drive anywhere in the Central Florida area, but that still is living at Disney World because that's where your home is. It's where you're sleeping at night. Well, the same logic applies whenever we're flying to Ohio for the day. We're gonna get up early in the morning, go off property for a little while, and then come back tonight to sleep at the resorts again.
So we made it in time for our flight, got up there, and had a pretty short flight up to Ohio. And Robert's brother-in-law picked us up and drove us to the house, and we got to hold our niece for the first time. And of course, she's just the cutest thing ever, and we're a little biased. And while she was getting ready for her nap time, we set up kind of a makeshift studio in there in her room. And when she was all sound asleep, we got her in there, got the room all warm, and started taking some adorable newborn pictures of our sweet little niece.
Now, most of the time when you're taking newborn pictures, you want them very full and very sleepy, so they'll just let you kind of move them around and position them, and they can just sleep through everything while you're taking pictures of them. But she is just a little stinker and decided that she was not going to sleep, even though she was tired. So she would go to sleep, and we'd start to get her positioned and get to a couple pictures, and then she'd just open her eyes and look at me. Like, I know what you're doing. Why are you taking pictures of me?
She just wanted to know what was going on.
She was very curious about everything. And so even though she was awake for most of it, we still got some really cute pictures. And I had so much fun taking pictures. I've done a ton of newborn shoots in the past, but never for my own niece. So that was really cool to do. And I really enjoyed going back through these pictures and looking at them, getting them ready for today's video because she's just so cute.
Of course, we also got to visit with my brother and sister-in-law, and it was really nice to get to see them in person. Of course, we've been chatting over the phone through the last few months, but it's really nice to see someone in person again. But this was also, again, a very unique day because if you remember a couple weeks ago, we went to Riviera, but we didn't sign on those points that we were looking at. Well, tomorrow, booking opens for everyone for Riviera, and we wanted to make sure if we're going to add on points at Riviera, we have to do it today. Except, you know, we're in Ohio.
Yeah, I didn't think that one through. I probably should have gone yesterday and done it, but there was the whole recovering from the race thing, and I wasn't even thinking about it. But once the booking opens up at Riviera, we're sure that the opening nights in the Tower Studios are going to disappear because there's not very many of those rooms, and I wanted to make sure we secured that. So I called into the rep that we had at Disney Vacation Club and said, hey, is there any way we can get a 50-point contract today so we have the points in our account today so they can book it tomorrow morning when Riviera opens up? And he said, absolutely, I'll send you an email with some e-signature things you need to do, and I'll use your credit card on file, and we're good to go. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Sure enough, a few hours later, I had the information I needed from him, and a couple hours after that, I had points in my account for Disney's Riviera Resort, so that tomorrow morning, hopefully, I'll be able to book a room for opening night at Riviera, and hopefully a couple different rooms if everything works out well.
We had an early dinner together, and then we went back to the airport and flew back home. And I had never ridden on Spirit or Frontier Airlines, which is what we use today because they were cheap flights, last-minute flights. Pretty much we're Southwest people. We fly Southwest for everything. And I did not realize how tiny these spaces in these chairs and the trays. I had heard about it, But the difference was amazing. Robert set his phone down, and that was basically the entire tray, which is like, how do you even put an iPad on there to watch a movie? I don't understand.
You kind of can't. It's
clearly
a little too small for that. But.
Thankfully, it wasn't a long flight. We made it back and got back to the resort and took a walk because we're back on Disney property. We're here. We've got the vibe, the music, and it's just so amazing to be home, especially because this is actually our home. And it's like when you get home at the end of the night, it's just that I'm home. I can rest. So we walked around Art of Animation, again, just a gorgeous resort. Took a picture in front of the Little Mermaid statue out there because we're in the Little Mermaid rooms. And after a very long day, because we've been up for a long time and had a really enjoyable, great day, we went to bed, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.